Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We're dropping down from Tala and we're going to hit the crossroads where you can go left for the Polis Road or right straight down into Paphos. And of course that's Masoi Avenue, and that's the route we're going to take. We're going to drop down through central Paphos and head towards the Paphos Harbour. And you may have noticed it's dark. So of course it is night time. What is the time? Just after 8 o'clock. Temperature is 15 degrees, a little bit chilly on the island of Love. Not that I'm making fun of you guys over in the northern hemisphere, shall we say. Hopefully it's warming up nicely, especially for Lady Enid and of course Lady Alison. And a big shout out to one or two of the guys that like to come and watch the show now and again. If your name's Lord Ronaldo, thank you very, very much indeed for your continued support and of course for your very own French beauty. That's ours and yours, Lady Sylvie. Hopefully things are going well in downtown south of France and hopefully you're planning to come back on a big bird very, very soon indeed. And a big shout out to your princess and of course our princess, Princess Valentina, the greatest computer scientist of an artist in the world. Yes, indeed. And there's a reference for you, isn't it? Talking about the younger generation. I mean, she's a woman now, and I'm sure that Ronaldo and Sylvie won't take an insult, and I'm sure Valentina won't either. But there's a young lady that is carving out a unique career for herself. And of course, great help from her mum and dad, but she's the one that's had to do the work and get the grades. And she's the one that's going to go on and carve out her own little niche in the world and be very, very famous indeed in that niche. And of course, this is what I've been referencing in a couple of videos now, how many parents worry about the children wherever they are in the world, but many parents worry about relocating perhaps to Cyprus and bringing their kids, who are only kids, say, I don't know, 6, 7 years of age, 10, 12 years of age, and they're worried. But remember, wherever you are in the world, you are going to worry anyway. Move if you wish to move to that country, perhaps Cyprus, bring them with you, and I'm pretty sure that with your guidance and a little bit of common sense, they will come up with something very, very special and very, very unique. And of course, you will be very, very proud of them. Anyway, we're about to join the metropolis of uptown Paphos. And the top here, we're actually in Tremathusa as we speak, and we're going to hit Masoi quite literally in a few seconds. We're going to take a right by the Papa Antonio Bakery. It's also a fast food outlet as well. Does some good takeaway food, by the way. Yes, indeed. Traffic lights are on red. Well, obviously, Lady Andrea is doing a sausage blog or something like that. And that sausage has probably gone that little bit soggy, hasn't it? Lord of the Mart. If you want to go and hunt them down, go and hunt them down on YouTube, Andrea and Mart Travel Vlogs. And talking about YouTube, why not go and hunt down my two great friends, Lord Andy and Lady Ness, and of course that is Ness and Andy's Travel Vlogs. And of course they'll take you on their travels around Shropshire and into Wales, and we all like a bit of Welsh, don't we? Yeah, I'm proud to be Welsh, by the way. And people like to go there for, well, little jaunts, little days out, perhaps a weekend or perhaps a week or two. So you go and hunt them down and they'll be, well, speeding in the black beast, shall we say. So you drop in the comments on their channel, what do you think that black beast is, by the way? What do you think it is? It's big, it's expensive, it likes a drink or two, and luckily at the helm is a very experienced driver and a careful driver, although he does like to speed a little bit, but don't tell the boys or the girls in blue. Now, if you are driving around Paphos, by the way, in the car, talking about boys and girls in blue, you've got to be careful because they are out and about, and they're getting more and more tight and more stringent because, well, governments all over the world, I was talking about this today with somebody, they don't really get a benefit from coming to your house if perhaps you've been robbed, do they? That's like hard work. And I'm not insulting the police officers of the world, by the way, because I understand that they are under directives from the hierarchy. But there's no money in solving burglaries, is there? No. But there is money in getting people for, well, perhaps they're driving under the influence of alcohol, so that's fair enough. Perhaps they haven't got insurance, fair enough. But a couple of kilometres an hour over the speed limit, not very fair. Going through on amber, not very fair. On red, okay. But I think you understand what I'm talking about. It's very, very easy to make money out of motorists. So if you come to the island of love, or wherever you are in the world, if you're late, you're late. And if you get caught speeding, you're going to be later. So take it easy and abide by the speed limits. If it's 30, travel at 30. If it's 50, travel at 50. Predominantly in and around Cyprus, Paphos in particular. The magic number is 50, like that sign there. So stick to about 55 kilometres an hour, pretty much wherever you go, except if you're on the highway, the motorway, the dual carriageway, and you won't go far wrong, and you won't get pulled over by the nice gentlemen and the nice ladies in Cyprus, because they are nice, by the way, very, very polite. If they do pull you over, don't start shaking in your boots. They'll just say, oh, I'm very sorry, I had to pull you over because you are speeding. There you go, simple as that. And as long as your car's taxed, insured and MOT'd, which they'll know in a few seconds, by the way, from their little handheld computer, you'll walk away, well, drive away, isn't it? Drive away with the ticket, go onto the internet, government website, and just, well, pop in your details and wave bye-bye to your money. But don't worry, the President and the government of Cyprus will say a very, very big thank you to you. Not a lot going on, by the way, not in uptown Paphos anyway, but as we drop through the centre, it'll get a bit busier. And of course, downtown Paphos, I'm not going to say it's busy, but even in January and February, there's still quite a lot going on. Quite a few bars, restaurants are open, and a lot of people out and about having fun. For example, last night I went out for dinner with Lord Andy and Lady Ness, and we had a great meal at the Azur, yes, which is blue, which apparently is old French, isn't it? And we had a lovely meal, by the way. Absolutely spectacular meal. Great service, really friendly guy. And they were about to close when we arrived. I said, are you cooking? And he said, oh yes, I cook for you. So fabulous, fabulous night out. And I'm on my way now down to Paphos again, and I'm going to pop into the Alexander the Great to say my fond farewells to Lord Andy and Lady Ness, even though I'll see him again tomorrow, because I'm going to whisk them to the airport. But this is like their final night. So they said, pop down, we'll have a drink or two, a chat, and probably a laugh or two as well, with the man all dressed head to toe in blue. And that's not me, that's Lord Andy. He's dressed head to toe in blue as well. Now, these traffic lights, got to be careful, because these lights are traffic enforcement cameras around here, so speeding cameras, and of course if you go through on red or amber, they zap you as well. But luckily, Lady Andrea has just finished her sausage, and now she has switched them to green, especially for me. If you like what you see, please hit the like, please smash that subscribe. It doesn't cost you a single penny, it just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen, and perhaps they should recommend this little channel known as Marika and me to more like-minded people like yourselves. And of course, if you would like to keep the channel afloat, if you'd like to say a thank you, a gesture of goodwill, want to go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, Google these magic words, Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, up will come our landing page. You can choose to read a little bit more about us, and of course, if you like, fingers crossed, gift us a virtual coffee or two. And at the moment, there is a naughty baroness and a naughty baron who've got a couple of bunny rabbits. Yeah, you've got Sexy Teddy and you've got Grumpy Misty. Yeah, two fabulous bunny rabbits, greatest rabbits in the world, looked after very, very well indeed, there's no doubt about that. But anyway, these two naughty people have come up with a challenge on our Facebook page. So that's Marika and me, Paphos Cyprus, and of course the bar page, Marika and me Lounge Bar. Yeah, so why don't go and like them and follow us if you would, and we'll keep you going on our adventures. But anyway, the Baroness and the Baron have decided that Mr. Paul should wear something other than blue. So I don't want to, by the way, but one or two people are threatening to buy a coffee or two, and at the end of the month those naughty people are going to sit down with the bunny rabbits, obviously, and they're going to choose someone who's won, and that means that colour is the colour I have to wear and make a video on it and show that I am dressed in that colour. So not looking forward to that, but I'll abide by the rules, shall we say. So one coffee on the Buy Me a Coffee platform per entry. Pop your name and the colour that you want me to wear, and of course the Baron and the Baroness and the bunny rabbits will pick it out of a hat at the end of the month. Yeah, and you also get a prize, by the way. If you're first, you get your name on a swinging star on the groovy ceiling at the Marika Lounge Bar. That's worth £100. And of course, if you're second, see, you get a prize for second as well. You get your name on a brick on the Wall of Fame on the Hollywood staircase, and that's worth £50. And unfortunately, if you're third, well, you get the booby prize, and that is the hat that I had to wear. Could be a pink one, could be a red one, could be a green one, could be a white one, who knows? But that hat will be waiting for you at the Marika Lounge Bar when you pop in to say, give me my hat, and we'll even brand it for you, Marika and me. Like I was saying, Central Paphos, pretty quiet. Papa Antonio's supermarket is on the right hand side. We're going to keep on straight, and literally to the right of us now is the rear end of the Paphos Old Town. A great place to come, by the way. Very, very overlooked, because most people who come to Paphos do come down to the main event, which of course is the promenade, the harbour, Bar Street, Cato Paphos area. One or two of you do venture up to the Old Town, but I think one or two of you should venture up a little bit more and come up at around about 9:30, 10, because unfortunately they like to close for lunch and not many of them reopen. All right, in the summer, different kettle of fish, but if you're looking for something unique, a special gift for you, for your house, for your cat or for your dog or a bunny rabbit, you never know, you might find it in the Old Town. And the gifts, a lot of the shops are run by artists, so a congregation of them, there might be 4 or 5 artists running a shop, taking it in turns to staff the shop, and of course displaying their bits and bobs like pumpkins and these kind of things. I know it sounds crazy, but pumpkins, yeah, not only are they tasty, but they can be works of art as well. So Old Town could be the place for you. And there's lots of improvements going on in the Old Town as well. They're building a park and some bits and bobs on the left there. Right in front of us there is the Bank of Cyprus. That's the Greek words for it, and that's had a full refurb. That's my bank, and that's my branch. And every time I go in there, they tell me to get out. But that's because I've got no money. If you've got money, they'll treat you with respect. Well, maybe. They are a bank, after all. But they'll normally say yes, ass when you walk in, especially if you are going to deposit some money. Taking it out, they're not so keen about that, like most banks, aren't they? Anyway, let's keep going. Old Town, to the right, we're going to circumnavigate it. We're going to take a right in front of Kennedy Square, which is coming up now. It's all lit up like a Christmas tree. And then we're going to work our way deep into downtown Cato Paphos. And if somewhere that you would like me to go, why not drop it into the comments, and you never know, that video may be coming very, very soon. Indeed, especially for you. If there's something you'd like me to talk about, again, drop it into the comments. You guide me and I'll talk about it. So deep in the Old Town, either side of us, by the way, this is the main boulevard straight through, and we're going to drop down, come out by the Kings Avenue Mall. That's the big mall of Paphos. Lots of people just call it the Paphos Mall, by the way. Straight over that roundabout, under the Paphos Skywalk. What's the Paphos Skywalk, I hear you say? Well, it's like a metal frame and a walkway up in the heavens. Well, not quite that high. It starts off obviously at ground zero, works its way up and around, and you do get a fabulous view if you go all the way straight back to Cato Paphos, and of course the blue Mediterranean Sea. If you're looking for a cigar when you're in Paphos, well, there's the Habanas shop on the left hand side. Pop in and say to Miss Andrea, Yasu Gumbaruet, I've come to buy some cigars. Don't mention the word Mr. Paul, because if you do, the price will probably go up. So keep your tongue. Simple as that. Are you listening, Baron von Cigar? Probably not. But I've got a feeling that perhaps his girl and our girl, the greatest accountant in the world, Lady Victoria, is. Now, there's another girl in downtown Nantwich, and she's in charge of the Nantwich crew. And I got a feeling that they're coming back to Paphos very, very soon indeed. So on that note, a big shout out to Lady Jessica, the man of her dreams, of course, Lord Simon. And of course, they got a couple of superstars. Yeah, one's called Princess Meghan, and the other one's my little mate, who's not that little anymore, Gangster Max Yasu Gumbaru. Let's keep going. What have we got coming up here? It's like a bit of a bowling alley there, isn't it, on the left-hand side. Lots of undulations in the road. If you drive around in a Tesla, yes, Lord of the Marcus, you've got to, watch your battery pack in case it breaks, something like that. Kings Avenue Mall, Paphos Mall, coming up on the right-hand side. Begona Garden Centre, good coffee shop in there, by the way, and some nice plants, obviously, on the left. This is the roundabout that I was talking about. Technically, we're on Tomb of the Kings Road, but we're going to go straight over the roundabout, and that strange thing there, lit up, not the street light, that thing is the Paphos Skywalk. So it's all lit up like a Christmas tree at night. So could be a great experience, either in the daytime or in the nighttime. Peak of summer, I wouldn't do it in the daytime. It's a little bit hot up there, and you're getting closer to that thing called the sun, which of course is what Cyprus is famous for. And that's one of the entrances there on the left into the catacombs. But if you go in there, be careful. There could be a snake or two waiting for you. Only joking. Downtown Cape Paphos, I promise you, is coming up very, very soon indeed. Should we light this little boy cigar? I think we will, actually, because I've not had a cigar for about 3 or 4 hours. So I'm going to light this one up so I can say those big magic words at the end of the video. Because, well, it is good on the island of love. There's no doubt about it. As we can see, not the busiest of nights, but there's still people walking around, making their way to perhaps the promenade to the harbour, perhaps to get something to eat, perhaps to get a drink, or just going for a chat with their friends. There's always something going on in Cape Paphos. It's an all year round resort, they say. Okay, I'm not going to say it's hustling and bustling through November, December, January and February, but there's many, many bars and restaurants open. So if you are thinking about some winter sun last minute, Paphos could be that place that's waiting. And it really is waiting, especially for you. And of course in the daytime, wow, the sky is blue, the sea is blue. Mr. Paul, if you haven't guessed it by now, well, except for perhaps one day in February, he will be dressed head to toe in blue. Paphos Harbour is coming up. If you look carefully towards the left, all the restaurants are open, by the way, and they're all busy in the daytime. Of course, they wind down that little bit in the evening, but most of them are open till around about 9 o'clock on an eve. So if you want something to eat, perhaps book a table for about 6:30, 7 o'clock, and they'll make sure that you get a great, great experience on your little visit to the Paphos Harbour. And if you're in a car, well, there's a big car park that we just passed, but if that is ever full, there's a big car park to the rear as well. So totally free of charge. And of course, if you keep going till the very end, you get to see the brand new sunset viewpoint, and of course the Paphos Castle. And because it's lit up, you do get a bit of glistening on top of the blue Mediterranean Sea. I'm going to say a massive thank you for watching, massive thank you for coming back. Please don't forget, if you like what you see, hit the like, and of course course smash that subscribe, and please don't forget to keep on coming back for that little bit more of my complete and utter madness. Thanks for watching, and of course I'm going to say, hold on a minute. Yeah, life is good on the island of love.